Hi everybody, this is part 3 of a group of videos that I'm making for Sage, and I'm kind of going to jump right into it. What believe I've come to understand about the videos and the images and the soul journeys that I've taken for you in the past, Sage. We've seen a lot of situations where there were a large group of people who were depending on you. And they're depending on you to find the answers that they're looking for. And I realized that the original question was, do you have what you referred to as a thought form? I'm going to say an attachment. And yes, you do have an attachment. You have many attachments. But normally when I speak of an attachment, it's something tends to be something negative, very negative, that has had a very dramatic effect. And I don't think this is a real negative thing. The only thing negative about this is that their existence, and they're so eager for you to find whatever it is they're looking for, that it can be draining on you, and it can be like a weight on your shoulders. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that cord, and I'm going to ask those people to, I'm referring to them as those people, but in fact, these are soul fragments. These are aspects of you. Originally, I thought they were an entire different group of people that were depending on you, something from your past, but it came to realize these are you. And let me talk about soul fragments for a second. Soul fragments occur when you have a major decision in your life where you might have gone a completely different route, or something that you regret, or someone that you lost that you just can't let go of. They also happen as you have past lives, and in these past lives, you're looking to complete an objective in this world, and perhaps you didn't complete that objective. So all of these things can create soul fragments, part of you that are stuck somewhere else looking for an answer. And I think that's what's being represented by all these other souls that we see. They're not actually someone else, they're you. Now, the way you normally deal with a soul fragment is that you bring them back. You bring them back. Early on in my videos, I explained an element of quantum physics where for every moment, every decision, every moment, as you decide what you're doing and what you're seeing, you take a infinite number of possibilities and you collapse all of those infinite possibilities into one possibility that you're going to follow. Now, that doesn't mean all those other possibilities disappear. It just means that you're only experiencing that one possibility. And the way a soul fragment can occur is because all those other possibilities are still being experienced. Now, in a lot of situations, like literally if you were deciding to turn left or right, part of you might have decided to go right while the other part decided to go left. But you go up a block and you make another left and you make a right and whatever, and you come together at the grocery store, and everybody gets to the grocery store, and those soul fragments and those experiences come back together, and it really was of no consequence whatsoever. Other times you make a huge decision. You buy a house, or you choose a particular life's path, or someone, like I might have said this a minute ago, but someone you know passes, and it just grabs onto you, and you can't let go because part of you has been ripped away, and part of you is still experiencing a different experience altogether, and you're missing that. You're missing that part, that experience that has gone its own way. So usually the way we fix a soul fragment is to bring those fragments back together and make it part of you again, rather than, you don't want it to be an attachment that's draining you. You want it to be part of your life's experience and part of your understanding. In this case, they're kind of doing both. They're kind of a soul fragment that is an experience that you need to rejoin with, while at the same time they are an attachment that's draining you and giving you the sense of maybe draining your confidence, maybe feeling a weight on your shoulders, maybe feeling a constant need to make the right decision. So, and the way I reached this conclusion, I just watched the videos again, and I saw in the very beginning, I was talking about your throat chakra being weak, meaning you're not communicating well enough outwardly. But on the other one, these people were saying you understand them. So it's as if they were trying to communicate with you and you're not communicating back. I actually wrote a couple of things down. At one point, I saw you on a balcony addressing them all. You're trying to talk to them all. And it just seemed like you're addressing what it is that they've been looking for all along. And they're thrilled about that. And so you put that together, you're not talking. They're thrilled because they need you to be talking to them. And it just seems like there's a disjointed piece of a puzzle in your life at that point. I also saw shutters, as if the world was going by in slides, like this imagery and that imagery, this path and that path. And later on, we get into a shack where we're looking at a fire, and in the fire are all these different dancing images and paths. And I realized this isn't a door between one place and another place. This is a door between one place, you, and an infinite number of possibilities, an infinite number of places. And these are all fragments of you and things you've experienced either in past lives or in the current life. And that's what all those images are. They're part of you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to break those attachments. I'm going to ask those people to leave you alone for a while. You should feel noticeably lighter and better spirits and better health. And then I'm going to give you an exercise to follow to introduce yourself to each one of those soul fragments and bring them back into you, not as a drain, but as a new perspective and a new light and a new energy that together you can work on things together. So let me go in. I'm seeing the truck again, but it's not. It's still the same truck, but it looks much newer. It's not an old rust bucket anymore. And where there was a tree in front of it, I'm now seeing what is a light post. And I don't know, maybe it was always a light post and I was mistaking it for a tree. I remember at one point that I was describing that and was saying that it was light colored and I think I said it reminded me of a birch tree, but that's not quite right because a birch tree is light. Well, now I'm seeing it, but it's a light post. And the field is dark. It's like dusk. Sun is still in the sky, but not much of it. And I see all the people that were there before, but they're coming out and they're very shadowy and they're moving out of the darkness into what light is there. And I'm going to explain to them that their impact on you, the way things are, is too great. They're interfering and they're draining and they're creating confidence issues and they're creating a sense of incompleteness. And now they were, what I saw in the earlier video, or I call it video, the earlier soul journey was that they were in a silver outfit, but now that silver outfit is actually glowing a green color. And now I'm going to ask them if they can just back off for a while and let you be free of their influence. Some of them are inclined to understand. Some of them are a bit panicked. There's one in particular that's coming forward very panicky, and he's saying, but I need to be here. I need to know. I can't keep doing this. I can't be part of this. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. Stop. I can't stand it. Don't take me away. Don't make me leave. And I need you to understand that the only way that Sage can complete the understanding that you're looking for is if you give her the freedom to do that. You just need to be patient. You've been patient a long time, and time is so irrelevant to you. Okay. So now, when I'm actually seeing the attachments, the cords, and they're all, it's like line up 40 or 50 power cords, and they all come together in one great big junction box that's in your abdomen. And now I'm going to break those attachments. And I'm reminding them that they just need to be patient. That this is all going to be all right. All these cords are burning up in a blue flame traveling across the field. And now I'm sending them healing energy, asking them to be patient. And now I'm sending you healing energy. You should feel much lighter. You should feel great. You should feel more energy than you felt in a long time as you just light up from the insides. Okay. Okay, that's done. Now I want to give you an exercise to do. And I think you're going to really enjoy this. But what you need to do is you need to reach out to those fragments, those fragments one by one, and you need to reintegrate that into yourself. Now, initially, as I give you the exercise, initially you're going to want to look for specific moments in your life, in your memories, where something happened to you that made you feel loss. And that'll be the easiest ones to find initially. But later, as you've done several of these sessions, you're going to find that it's much easier and much easier and much easier. And so what I want you to do is I want you to meditate however it is you normally would meditate. And I just basically mean close your eyes and become aware of your own energy field. Whether you work with your aura or whether you work with your chakras, it's more important that you focus than it is what you're focusing on, and that you quiet your mind so that you're more in touch outside of yourself with your greater self, your energetic body. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to picture a crystal in your hand. This is a brilliantly clear white crystal. I don't know. Sorry, I just yawned. This is a crystal in your hand that's so clear that you can look through it, but if you do, it's like a prism. You're seeing images from around the room when you look at it. So in your mind, do that. Look at your palm of your hand and see that image. And as you're seeing the images and as the light scattered through it, you'll see rays of different colors that are that from the prism effect of this crystal. Now I can actually feel that crystal in my hand. Now I want you to blow on your hand and let that crystal blow out, come out in front of you where it's floating in midair. And it's got light beams shining out of it. Now what I want you to do is as it's floating in the air in front of you, I want you to see that crystal grow larger, like double in size. And now do it again. It's going to grow and it's going to double in size again. And there's more, and all these lights, and all these orangish, reddish, and bluish lights shining through it. Now I want you to continue letting it double in size and grow in size. And remember that it's a crystal, so there's spikes of, it's not a flat, it's not a ball, it's crystal with spikes of crystal growing out of it in all directions. And I want you to let this grow until it's the size of a house. Okay, now in the future, when you repeat this exercise, and I'd like you to try to repeat it every day for 3 weeks, and then after you've repeated it every day for 3 weeks, I want you to continue repeating it until you feel you don't have to do it anymore, or until you feel it's not productive. But you won't always have to build the crystal. After you've done this exercise several times, you'll just close your eyes and you'll see this crystal. And this crystal has grown massive to the size of a house. And now at the base of that crystal, there's an opening. There's a break where the crystal has an opening. And I want you to enter in through that opening. And you can see it's like a triangle. And as you come to the center, the insides of this crystal is like a geode with thousands and thousands of facets of life, facets of light shining in all directions. It's a truly beautiful sight. And in the middle of all this, there's a chair that's made of crystal. And I want you to sit down in that chair. I want you to look at all these reflections of light in the crystals. And I want you to think that all these different lights are all parts of you, all parts of your life, all parts of your memories, all parts of your soul being reflected in the light. It's like sitting in a room with 1,000,000 tiny televisions, all shining in different directions. Now what I want you to do is focus on one of these fragments of crystals on the walls of this crystal castle that you've created. And I want you to just continue to look in it. Until you see an image. And the image might be anything. As I'm going through this, I'm actually seeing an image of a girl in a blue dress with a white collar, kind of resembles Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. In the style of dress, that is. And I want you to focus on that image. And when you see that situation and that image and that becomes clear in your mind, I want you to reach out to the image and say, I want you to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for experiencing things that I haven't experienced. And in your case, as you're doing this, you may know what that experience is. It's not necessarily random. And I want you to invite that person into the person in that scene to introduce yourself and ask that person to introduce herself or himself. I want you to, again, you're just feeling grateful, you're feeling gratitude, you're letting this person know that what they've done and who they are is important to you. And you need to also acknowledge them that they are you and you are them. And you need to work together as a team not as an adversarial relationship, but one that's beneficial to both. When you're doing that, you should feel very uplifted. You should feel very like an energy just coursing through your skin and through your body. And then ask that person to just be part of your life and help you find whatever it is that you're looking for. That whatever it is that they're hoping you'll find. But it's always about gratitude, and it's always about happiness, and I've missed you, and thank you for being there. It's never, you don't want to, you're trying to undo any kind of adversarial relationship that you might have created over time. And again, that could be many lifetimes. And when you're all done with that exercise, you say, thank you for being here today. You're welcome to come around as often as you like. And yeah, it's time for me to go. And then you leave the crystal castle and you open your eyes. Now I want you to do that. It doesn't have to be a 45-minute meditation. You can actually do this very quickly. You can do this twice a day. You can do this in 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, or you can do this in a 15-minute break that you get before you go to sleep. Whatever works. But what you're trying to do is find those soul fragments and bring them back and bringing their energy back into you and saying, we need to work together. I'm so happy that you were able to experience some of the things that I didn't experience, and that you took some of the pain away by experiencing something that I didn't have to, or that you learned something that I didn't have the chance to do. And I want you to repeat that, like I said, for about 3 weeks. And after that, 3 weeks, if you did that once a day for 3 weeks, that's 21 people. And I'm pretty sure I saw at least 40. So as time goes on, you may increase that exercise so you're meeting more than one person, or you can just continue to do it once a week for a few months until you feel whole, and until you just feel this energy surging through you and a strength you'd forgotten that you have. And and I think that concludes this session. Sorry it took so long. Thank you, Sage. Namaste.